So it is time for New Game Plus all bosses. All 207. That's a lot of bosses. So I guess the plan, maybe the concept of a plan, if you will, is to go to Radon. We gotta go to Radon and then we gotta go to Moog, basically. But we're gonna kill a whole bunch of stuff on the way, including this guy. Hopefully won't die to him. Whoa, what a hit. Yeah, I have no idea how to fight this guy. Never really known, to be honest. I just really don't want to die to him, because then I gotta run all the way back up here. Nice. That felt like a very long fight. Way longer than it needed to be. But I'd rather take my time with this fight than try and get through it too quickly and then die and then have to, you know, use the belfries to get back here. Soldier of Godrick. Most important fight. And then we're gonna make our way to... So we gotta get to Altus, right? Because we gotta trigger Radon, the Radon Festival. And then we're pretty much rushing the snowfield. Oh, you know what? I didn't even think about this. I have to kill another Remembrance, too. I guess I could do Godrick. I'll do Godrick and Radon. Because I gotta get into Lindell. It's gonna be a very weird run. Because, like, we're gonna go to DLC, I wouldn't say early, but, like, in the middle of the run, and then not touch the DLC until, like, the end of the run after that. I'll probably hold off on Fringe Folk for now, because it's, like, kind of out of the way, even though it's right here. But this is one you could easily forget, because it's just kind of on its own. It's not really on a line with anything. So Tree Sentinel, and then where do we want to get the... Oh, I gotta go to Weeping, actually, first, if I'm gonna spawn Melina. Pretty much every run is gonna start with the Bloodhound Knight. Over here. Because of Melina. I mean, technically I don't need her yet. You know, I don't really need her until I need to get to Lindell, but this I think is like the... Aside from going to Gatefront, probably the easiest way to do it. Or like, you know, the other gray sets near Gatefront. But I don't go to that area on this run, so there's no point in going there. Yeah, so we'll go Tree Sentinel, Beastman... God, it's like how it's been so long since I've done this run. I'm like trying to remember what the hell I even did. And the Watchdog, Crucible Knights, it through Stormvale, and then we'll be in Liurnia for a bit. Go to sleep. Does he actually fall asleep? Oh, he does. Oh no, he doesn't. Bloodhound's Fang. That did get requested. One of the 160-something weapons that have been requested. There's so many requests now. We won't be back to Weeping Peninsula for, like, a while. A good while. Probably several hours.
You need to the foot of the...
Except... Okay, back to the first step. And then we get 2 extra Tree Sentinels to kill. Those Tree Sentinels hurt, though, in the DLC. Oh, hello? It's like stuck on them. What? Hello, R1, thank you. Having the DLC will be nice though now. Because so much of New Game Plus is just a cakewalk. Like, there's a couple things in Altus, maybe, I would say, that are, like, you know, mildly challenging. But, like, everything before that is pretty easy. And the Dragon Bear, I guess, is tough. Can be tough. Mountaintops, once you get there, is tough. But now there's another 40 bosses. That'll be quite challenging. Well, not all of them, but some of them. Hey, Doi Doi, what's up, man? How are you? Is this gonna go to sleep? I did a whole playthrough with a sleep torch, and I don't remember what the hell falls asleep. This is brutal. Brutal way to go out. Fall asleep and you don't even realize you're being attacked. Crucible Knight's probably immune to sleep. That's coming up. I imagine the Watchdog here is also immune. But I don't really know for sure. These things are basically just stone, so safe bet. Can't put him to sleep, but who knows? I don't remember where you drop down here. Right there. Delays for days. Rip to that guy. You know, why when like an enemy drops an item randomly like that, like why don't they just have it go into your inventory automatically? Like, is there a reason that that shouldn't be a thing? They do it for guaranteed drops. I don't know why you wouldn't do it for everything. I don't know why I randomly just thought about it, but it's because I didn't want to go pick up that item to see what it was, and I'm like, why is it just not in my inventory? What? You can put them to sleep? Didn't know that. I was sure they would be immune. Because I don't think like any other status effect works on them. Alright, Margit and Godrick, and then Liurnia. The Liurnia pathing is just weird because there's so much extra stuff I kill. Like, if I'm going to Altus, for example, there's like a whole line of stuff I kill on the south coast, or south side. It's not really a coast. I guess it kind of is a coast. It's like a cliffside, more than a coast, though. But the whole point is, like, I gotta get to the Academy key, and there's definitely more, like, a more direct path than what I'm gonna do there, but all those bosses I would normally be killing if I was going to that key, so we're just gonna do that. Because I think in the end it's probably more efficient than taking a path there and then going back and killing the bosses. Because I'm not really going for speed to the second sword here. It's more like just speed for the run. Overall. Nice dodge. Good sword R1. Oh, I guess we're doing a backstab. Not what I meant to do. Oh, he actually turned and hit me. I was not expecting him. I thought he was gonna go over my head. He did not go over my head. That's alright. Also didn't go to sleep. Or nod off, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if he just died too quickly or what, but yeah, I don't know. Alright, I guess we'll go to the rent table here. I'm bummed though we didn't hear more about the Glowmite Queen in the DLC. I was hoping we would. That was random, but they, you know, they hinted at Melina having something to do with it, right? Or either being it or I don't know. Maybe the eyes of the Glowmite Queen that she has in her in the Frenzied Flame ending. Kind of like how Mesmer had a Source Seal in his eye socket. Elden Ring 2. I feel like if there is an Elden Ring 2, we're not going to see it for like another 6 years. I mean, this game took 6 years to make, right? They started... Was it after the development of the Ring City or during the development or the release? Something like that. Through Sekiro. And then 3 years after Sekiro. I do think they could get away with a bit of a smaller world, though. Like, as much as I like the world of Elden Ring, it could be, like, probably not quite half the size, but maybe, like, 75 to 8. Yeah, 75, I think, is a good number. 75% of the size of Elden Ring. And that would be totally fine. I think the tough thing with the DLC is they made it big because... Or they made it, like, too big. Because there's so many items that you didn't really need to have in the game because they're all in the base game. Like, they added 100 weapons, but... You would go to, like, the most random places and just find cookbooks. Or smithing stones. Because what else do you need at that point in the game? But I do love what they did with, like, the layout and everything. Like, having dungeons that go to new areas. The whole raw base. Like, how it was hidden away. I really like that. I don't know if everyone likes that, but it was kind of like a little puzzle.
I am the Lord of all that is good.
That was very, very hidden because you needed to find one specific tunnel.
We'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
I think the level, like the world design was definitely more interesting in the DLC than in the base game. Because in the base game, it's just like giant zone here, giant zone here, giant zone here, giant zone over here, and then a giant zone over here. And it's pretty easy to go between them all. It's definitely more obscured in the DLC. They do the dungeon into a new area thing, though, in the base game, which I made a comment on it in the my DLC playthrough, the first playthrough, and I totally forgot about the Ruin-Strewn precipice. But you do also have Dectus that you can use to get there. And you have Gelmir, the Volcano Manor Warp. That one's kind of obscure, though. I will give it that. Like, that's not easy to find on your first playthrough, I feel. I did not find it. Like, you either have to get warped by the Abductor Virgin in the bottom of Raya Lucaria, or find, like, a drop down after... No, it's before Godskid Noble. Which I didn't even know that existed until, like, probably a number of playthroughs later. Oh, land on that, thank you. Like, so worried sometimes I just fall too quickly and I'm gonna end up dead. Hate gravity. And I feel like they did a lot more with the dungeon design too. Like the, you know, these kind of dungeons in the DLC. They didn't have like too many of them. I think there's what, like 7? 8? Might be 8. There was one cave, I think. Go to sleep. Oh, they don't go to sleep, they just doze off. That's fine. 2 caves? Okay, there's 2 caves. The Blood Fiend one. I was thinking of the Blood Fiend one. I wasn't thinking of the Dragon Man one, but that is a cave, technically, I guess. I was thinking it was a tunnel. And that one's different, though, because you have to go to that one to get to Jagged Peak. And one of the catacombs you have to do to get to the Abyssal Woods. So, like, aside from those 2, there's only another 5 dungeons, I think, in that whole map. No, stop. 2 caves, 3 catacombs, and then 3 jails. But again, if you're not counting the dungeons that you need to do to get to places, there's only 5. Because 2 of the catacombs are Death Knights, those are both dead ends, and then you have the Lamentor jail, Bonnie jail, and then the one with the demi-human swordsman. I think that's it. Oh, you actually hurt. What the hell? The bleed. Nasty, man. Gotta say, I was so bummed to find out that Eternal Sleep doesn't actually just, like, insta-kill NPCs. But that would be kind of broken if it did. I figured because St. Trina just immediately kills you, that's how it would work. Not the case, though. Spirit Spring, where are you? Right there. Yeah, it'd basically just be Deathblight. I mean, it's literally called Eternal Sleep. Eternal, you know, implies forever, but that would be pretty broken if that was the case. What do we have in this game? Like 1 Deathblight weapon? Is there? Did they add one in the DLC? I don't know that they did. There's some Deathblight magic, I think, but it's probably not very useful. Go to sleep. Ah, gotta make it nighttime again for all these nighttime bosses. I'm very happy they didn't add nighttime bosses in the DLC. I cannot imagine this is gonna work. Putting this thing to sleep. But the Crucible Knight surprised me. The first of many death birds. And deathrite birds. Gotta remember the Erdtree medallion. Then we get the Omen killer. Dude, why are these things breaking? I'm like nowhere near them. Did I go the wrong way? I went the wrong way. I don't mind regular death birds, honestly. Deathrite birds are crazy though. Like, they're not my favorite fight death birds, but they're okay. Deathrite birds are cracked. They just spam magic.
Please no. We are the Nords. We no mercy as bruise. Let the curse.
Come on, buddy. Yeah, other dog is coming. Don't die. Hey, you're supposed to be sleeping. Crucible, not talisman. Reduced damage from headshots. Still don't know why you'd ever use that talisman. But hey, it's an option for those who want it, I guess. If you're ever in danger of being headshot by anything in the game. Like, you could make it so you just completely negate damage taken from headshots and it still wouldn't be worth it. I don't know, maybe there's like PvP headshot experts or something. I imagine you can't put this thing to sleep. Maybe I should just stop spamming R1 before I die. Okay, we'll skip the snail boss for now. Go to bowls, and we'll do the dragon, get the key, and then we'll probably just do Academy Crystal Cave, because it's right here. I have 6 stone sword keys. That is not good. I need another 12. I don't think I've used any yet. I don't really know how I'm so far behind on them either. Well, I do know this. If I ever go somber... If I ever use a somber weapon, I automatically get less because I don't go to the sealed tunnel. So there's one in there that I would normally get if I was doing like a smithing stone path, but I didn't. Didn't go to Ray Lucaria. There's 2 there. There's one in the cave over there though, so that'll at least give me 1 back, but I need to definitely find more. I could go buy a couple. I think 3? Can I buy 3 or 1? I think 3 from the Twin Maiden Husk. Oh, it's already asleep. Sick. And he doesn't wake up. And he's back to sleep. Good night, sweet prince. Yeah, I assume there's going to be a number of bosses like that that just pass out and won't wake up. It's the second one so far. I imagine all the Stone Digger trolls will be like that too, except one of them will probably die before he even gets to sleep, the Limgrave Tunnels one. We never got a sleep dragon. Why did we never get a sleep dragon? That would have been such a good thing to put in. Sleep dragon with a sleep breath or something? St. Trina's Drake? Yeah. Like, Putrescent Knight's cool. Don't get me wrong. But like a congealed dragon. A putrescent dragon or something. Would have been fine. Although, like, I don't know. I think people are tired of dragons. I don't mind them, but I know a lot of people do not like fighting dragons. I've never really minded the dragon fights. Like, I don't know what other games people are playing that have better dragon fights. And I'm not saying, like, there aren't better dragon fights in other games. It's just I haven't played those games, so I don't really know. I have nothing else really to compare it to other than, like, Skyrim. In Skyrim, dragons were not the best, in my opinion. Except the Ghostflame dragons. Yeah, I mean, the Ghostflame dragon moveset is fine. It's really not even the Ghostflame dragon that is the problem. It's like everything else that's in the fight. Dragon Age and tough dragon fights. But like, isn't Dragon Age turn-based? I mean, as far as like action games go, you know? Like Monster Hunter, there's gotta be dragons in Monster Hunter, right? Okay, where is the thing? Here? Like, how are the dragons in Monster Hunter? Okay, guys, I get it. You like magic. I played very, very little Monster Hunter. Like, I don't think I played more than, like, 4 hours of Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter World. I don't even know if it was that much. It's either, like, 4 hours or 45 minutes. One or the other. But I think there's a 4 involved. Heal? Okay, and then we go here. Shooter McGavin's coming back for Happy Gilmore 2. I did see they were making a Happy Gilmore 2. That feels kind of random. I've never even seen the first one, but, yeah, I don't know. Kind of feels out of nowhere. To be honest, I don't think I ever really saw a lot of the Adam Sandler movies from that era. The only one I really remember, I can't say I remember it that well, but I remember at least seeing it was Mr. Deeds. Oh, 8 Crazy Nights. I did see that one. The animated movie. But I think that's it. What do we do? We're going in here, and then we're gonna go to the Magmorm, get to Altus. So we're probably like, I don't know, a quarter of the way through Liurnia bosses, something like that. And we will be back here much later. Perfect though, it's nighttime at the Knight's Cab. Knights Cavalry number 1. 1 of 10. Bummed we didn't get a Knights Cav trio in the DLC. Ow, stop. One more hit, thank you. Okay, now this guy. Giant Hunt. Another thing I did like about those new game runs, though, was using all the Ashes of War. Not all of them, but like a bunch that I will probably never use again. That was fun. Although I didn't really use them on bosses too much in the DLC. I just find it, like, hard to use really long Ashes of War on a lot of those bosses. But I did use them a bunch while I was going through the base game, which was fun. Like Waves of Darkness. That's a very cool Ash of War. It's such a bummer, too, that like so many Ashes of Wars are not the default on weapons. Because you just end up with so many things having Spinning Slash or Endure. Like, I wonder how many weapons actually have Endure on it as the default, because it's probably like 20 or more. It is quite a bit. There was Ghost Flame Ignition. I don't remember if that was what it was called on the Ash of War. I think it was. It's the same one as the Death's Poker, but I heard it's not as good. I'm still like a little bit paranoid that they're gonna just add some random update to this game in like a year's time and add more bosses to it. And it doesn't necessarily mean they add an expansion like Shadow of the Erdtree, but what if they did like something like Sekiro where they add the ender bosses, something like that? Because my concern is like I wouldn't have the save files if I just like discarded them after these runs. Like, I don't think it's going to happen, but if there is a chance that it happens and I don't have the save files, I'm going to be pretty bummed. Stop. Oh, I have a thing. What do I have? Golden Seeds, Sacred Tear. Sacred Tear. I have 11 flasks at +9. Yeah, it wouldn't actually be that bad of an idea now to get to +12 for DLC. Although after the Radon nerf now, I don't really think anything else is going to be as threatening as that, you know? What sort of dog is this? The very scaly dog. Gotta heal real quick. He's gonna go to sleep real quick. Gotta hit him in the head real quick. No, the lava's everywhere. Like, there's still so many base game weapons I haven't even touched on runs. And I gotta do another 92 DLC weapons. Oh man, we're never finishing this list. And I gotta go back and finish all the other weapons, the 60-something runs I've done. Get this for later on. Almost to Lanedale. Which means we're almost to the mountaintops, which means we're almost to the snowfield, which means we're almost to Mode. I gotta go back and do Radon too, I just remembered. Gotta say, it's tempting to do Gillica now, because Ritual Sword Talisman. But I'll wait until later.